Welcome. Hello. Thank you so much for tapping in, turning on, tuning in with that intention level here on our revolutionary ride of a high that is optimized and happening right now. Let us be here right now. Activating, activating, activating. I am activated. We are activated. We are activating. We are evolutionary. We are revolutionary. I am. Say we church when you say that. I am. Whatever I say I am. Right? Welcome. Welcome. This is gonna be whatever it is, but we're on an evolutionary rise at this time. So expect that. I have another random makeup open for new page. It's like Aryan. Like yeah, like a real like different kind of material. Yes, I don't know what this is called, but you hear that? And then it's parchment paper too, so it's not like the easiest to maneuver. Practice for a while. The page that I'm gonna write next to that page was 2014. Structure Love is about connecting with your body and opening you up to your flow. Yeah. So anyway, I have our witchyutopian.com. That's cute. Okay, I'm so sorry. I have at witchyutopian.com and labyrinth meditation exercise that if you watch my first party live celebrating reaching 1,000 subscribers, which we're at the next halfway mark, by the way. So thank you so much. That's all I have to say. So we have our next live party where there are cash prizes and gifts and games and all that kind of stuff, because I like to have fun in every kind of way, you know what I'm saying? But we're celebrating every 1,000 plus new subscribers till I reach 10,000 subscribers, because that's my YouTube goal. So right now we're at the halfway marking point of the next party. So come party with me. Let me buy you a drink and all this kind of stuff. Right now I'm having some. It's none of your business. Truly. Get into that. It's none of your business type of vibe. Because part of our conditioning, right? Part of our conditioning is that validation, is that accreditation, it's that vindication, it's that needing to stand up for your United Nation, and then getting that kind of feeling perceived of celebration for having finally been vindicated or something like that, and blah 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 blah. Fudge that. That's how the gripe, the power trip is on you, because that's the power play, that's the power move, that's the you give a fudge about my validation, my accreditation, your need for my approval, right? Whichever side of the coin you fit on that. And then a person got power over you. So maybe this will be like a vlog number 2, because that's the route we're going to be taking. Me sharing with you some of my journey, not to toot my horn or anything like that, but it's a fucking blog, and if you're not with it, you can hop the fuck off. That's what you could do, right? Because it's really none of your business. But if you're here and you're resonating and you want to be in that leveling of evolution, revolution, and just have some place that is a sacred space that you can sit here without any kind of debate, have to run away or hide or mask or fucking be nasty inside either, or any kind of thing. I'm not dealing with any of those kind of vibes. You have to sit over there in silence. You know what I'm saying? Right? People be trying to hoe. No, because you're not a hoe. Yeah, I didn't even talk like that. I don't talk like that. So when I talk like that, it's just funny like that. Jayo. No. But that's funny. Okay. That was funny. I thought so. Whatever. So yeah, vlog number 2. Okay. What is it gonna be about? I don't know. I'm figuring it out as I go along too. I'm listening. So it's just like, okay. But we're getting into that none of your business type vibe. Right? And it's not being mean, it's not being petty, it's not being anything in those kind of categories of things. It's being selective, it's being discerning. It's like, yo, every single time I shared my world with mofos out there, they dragged it through the mud. They were looking for ways to be deceptive in every kind of way, because jealous be your wave. Envy be a stain, a poopy stain. Competition be an ingrained in your membrane, making you feel like you gotta do some kind of compete. Oh, it's just a game. I'm so grateful for my attitude towards games. Although I'm very, what can appear competitive when I play sports and things like that, I like to play. Pretty athletic, pretty sporty. What do you think you're gonna get out of fire ass sign that's gonna run track? If you're telling me to run, I'm gonna run. You're telling me to hit a fucking ball, I'm gonna hit a fucking ball. You're telling me I'm gonna shoot. Right? That's it. Right? We play. But if my team don't win, which is rare. I ain't mad about it. Good game. Game. Right? But stick your finger, plug a hole. I'm gonna plug my finger in your hole. Check the trap. Right? For those that like to fight, that should be whack. It's like, no. But it's a doggy dog world, right? And it's just like, if it's not me, it's nobody. Well, damn, we all going to hell then. It is hell. Welcome. You're in search. You're like, I don't want to die and go to heaven. I mean, hell. And I want to go to heaven. Heaven is the life you live, lead, want, desire. You gotta go in for those kind of things. Hell, welcome. Right? Dante's Inferno, you walk. Another book you should read if you haven't already. But anyway. And many lives, many masters. Okay, many lives, many masters. I've spoken about that book before too. Pretty interesting. You know what I mean? But okay, so what was I saying? Okay, so when I was young, one of the things early on that I detested in feeling, right, was I don't want people to feel bad for me. I didn't like that sorry. Oh, like pity. Don't have pity on me. I don't need your pity. But compassion is good. Empathy is good. Sincerity, care, love, those things are good. But your pity, I don't fucking want. So, as a little girl, like when people, part of our conditioning is too that victim mentality. And so when my mom passed away, my dad was on victim mode mentality in every kind of devastating kind of way, like to pick up the pain and pick up from where the pain left off. Nah, he was in victim mode central. And I'm in pain too. I'm angry, I'm in pain, I'm upset, I'm like, fuck, blah, 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 blah. And then to hear everyone going. So I used to get scolded because of my response. You're like 10 years old now, right? And then the next person's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that your mom, about your mom. I'm like, why, did you kill her? They're like, oh, Jennifer, did you? So what are you sorry about? Because that shit ain't bringing her back. That's the type of, I didn't give a fudge at that time what anybody had to say. Sympathy didn't go very far for me in that kind of way because that didn't make it okay. Your sympathy towards my condition. So I was angry. That's it. Early on, I had to learn to transmute this pollute of injustice that never made it okay. Right? So you're like, eat through the pain, right? No, don't eat through the pain. It's actually highly advisable, and I've got this message early on as a child. You don't eat when you're in an emotional state. If you are in any state of emotion other than just chill, vibe, like, okay, good mood, and every kind of way, and some kind of way, then you should stay away from consuming any kind of food. Don't eat angry, especially angry. If you consume, you are eating your emotion, no matter what the meal be. Fast at those moments. Like, I'm not going to eat right now because I'm very upset. The last thing I should do right now is eat something. And that's just discipline, right? And it'll take time. Like, the more that you do it, the more that it'll solidify, and the more it's just a lifestyle. You don't even have to think about, I don't have to think about that, those kind of things. I never had to in those kind of ways. These were things that, like I said, this spirit initiation, right? People, we have it all conditioned incorrectly, thinking you got to be initiated by some kind of religious group or group cast and come here. I've been recruited by every freaking kind of religion. I have visited so many various denominations in search of this miraculous healing, feeling, God. Because what the fuck is this? Jokes as a child, talk about they dropped me off and freaking left me here. They forgot to come pick me back up. Like, what's up with that? Like, what's happening here? Every time my family introduced me to somebody, I said that they dropped me off and they just haven't come pick me back up. Like, she's got such an overactive imagination. That child over there, she's just silly. Silly be my way. I said a lot of things. You probably did too. So let's activate those valves, those dormant energies within our being. So this is early on. We can articulate as when you know better, you do better. You also cognitively can articulate better once you know better. How do you know you understand something? By your ability to be able to communicate it back in your own. So it's like reparaphrasing. It's paraphrasing that which you have learned. The ability to be able to communicate that which you understand is how you know that you understand something. If you're like, I don't know, that means that you don't understand it well enough, and that you should go at it again. And so you're able to articulate that which you believe you think you understand, right? So the development of these kind of things. So this exercise that I share on my website and stuff, and I also share it on the live party, the labyrinth exercise. This came to me in early download as a child. Okay, and so the feedback I get from the exercise when people actually do apply it and do it is quite remarkable. And so I just stick by it because, well, yeah, there's depth to it. I'm gonna go really as superficial as I can be here. If you want to get into depth into it. But for us here right now, right, we're just going to activate. We're gonna activate. Now we're gonna unlock, right? So we're unlocking our creativity. We're unlocking that stuck, that conditioning, that programming that does not serve. You know what you have to do, right? Just get a manifesting scripting pen from witchyutopian.com because I make them. They're magical and they're delicious and they're excellent for scripting, right? Scripting, manifesting, affirmations, kind of stuff. Yeah. So at least the minimum amount. So the idea of this meditation is to go as far as you can go, as thin as you can go, as articulate as you can go, as focused as you can go, and continue until you can't continue anymore. But sometimes we be impatient, right, in life and stuff, and you can start off that way and then be like, I don't know. But either way, it's not about how much you do. It's quality over quantity any day. I'll take quality over quantity any day. So even 60 seconds of quality time is 60 seconds of quality fucking time that you have pushed into your evolution. And that is fucking amazing. So clap, jump up and down, and keep giving yourself the 60 seconds until those 60 seconds fucking go. Or try to do more than 50 seconds. Okay, at least 3 minutes. Right, so yeah, I'm just in the front. Oh, so long as good. Right, so long. Right, so I am activating. I am activated. I am divinely led, guided, and protected. I know this, I share this, I grow this. I love tapping in and turning on, tuning into my creative side. In my lane, I am alchemized. I rise, I shine, I am successful, I am resourceful, I am independent, I am strong, I am dependable, I am needed, I am wanted, I am loved, I am loving, I am loved. I have everything I need, I get everything I want. I live my purpose, I know my purpose, I am my purpose. Everything I do is for the greater good of us all. Everything I am is very transparent and you can see it. Love is my energy. I'm tapped in, turned on, tuned in, intuitively knowing. And this side of myself is always evolutionizing and growing. I am magnetic in all that I do. I am a creator, tapping in, turning on, tuning in, and connecting with other creators. And as powerful creators, we create such harmony, right? We transmute, we transform, we ignite, we perform, we support, we acknowledge, we respect. I am respectful, I am respected. I am loved, I am loving, I am loved. I surround myself with energies that are supportive and kind. I am supportive. I am kind. I do no harm. I take no shit. I don't play when it comes to this. I whip ass when I need to. I always said Jupiter and Saturn dropped me off in Brooklyn, and so I got that spike. Do you see what I mean? So we're creating the labyrinth of our infinite skies, the blueprint of our lives. Activation time. I am activated. I am activating. You are activated. You are activating. Right? Divine health, wealth, self, good vibes, all the motherfucking time. Anything that distorted does not motherfucking belong, and they can go. Okay, we get rid of and bust them up. That's what's up. Right? Yeah. So there we go. That was that one. So you can finish that on your own and stuff like that. But look how pretty this one is, right? So you see, and I don't know what kind of material this is, I forget, but it's like a door. Right? Let's be here now. We're here now. We're here now. We are conscious creators. Here now. So before, when I was shuffling this, one card had flew out, and I was like, let me stop, because then I don't want any more to play out. Like, but I liked it, and I was just like, okay, right? So it's a friend, soaring raptor, eagle. After a face off. So like that was what stood out for me, after a face off. Right? But like when we learn, like after any kind of face off, it's really with ourselves. Right? Sometimes people are just a catalyst to the emerging sides of ourselves that need to be activated. So thank your enemy or person showing themselves to you, right? Because we have no enemy. Although people may want to, you have to understand that you don't have to take any stance or side that which people are trying to like. So like if people are out to get you, that means, okay, granted, for our language purposes, we're saying, oh, that's an enemy. But in truth, you're not my enemy, you're your own worst enemy. I'm just defending myself because damn fucking straight. Right? So like, let us be mindful of the words that we say, because they're transmuters in that kind of way. After this face off, I send that person off well on their way. May evolution whip them into shape. You know what I'm saying? So let's be mindful about the things that we say. Right? Utterly adorable, right? So yeah, and then also like our connections with spirit animal friends and stuff like that. So maybe this is not gonna be a vlog. I don't know what this is, but either way, so your connection with animals may be growing, especially if you're tapping and turning on, tuning in with me. That means you are animal friendly and growing in that, and maybe even surprised at how you're even more open to other kind of critters out there. You know what I'm saying? Like before, you were just probably maybe the conditioned cat, dog, or just dog kind of person. Like I have like even, you know, my best friend like was never a cat person. And now has a new like profound like evolution of cat, like love. Like I think you're a cat person more than a dog person now. You know what I mean? So you might have this whole evolution. So so when I was a little girl, right, I'm just sharing because I want you to go back into the time machine that we are. You can time travel. Okay? Like, don't look at it as a machine outside of yourself. You are the vessel, you are the shrine. Right? Activate your Merkaba at this time. That is your transporter vehicle. I activate the Merkaba, that is I, to teletransport and travel in my own time of a line as I alchemize and learn and grow. When I know better, I do better. I am better. I rise. Infinite is my potential, and successful is I, as I grab onto all my circuitries of passion and creation, and without resistance, I just give into that which moves me, makes me feel alive. No resistance, I just dive in, splash, making a splash. I make a splash everywhere I go. Splash, 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 splash. I splash everywhere I go. Spike. Right, so right, so there might be a troublemaker in the mix because this troublemaker card came out, right? Or you might feel like you're being a troublemaker, or someone might be calling you like an agitator because you ruffle people's feathers. But that is what catalysts do, who are the transformers of this universe. You're the example, you're the breed, you're the seed that's leading through your example, through your seed, through your breed, through your breeding, right? And so so when you're a catalyst for that, it is your duty to uncover that which is false, right? And so it's like the hero card comes out, right? But also we're not right, like part of this evolution too is the breaking of the archetypes, because the archetypes will keep you stuck in the archetype of artification. If I'm making up words, it's okay. There was never supposed to be a cap like our telomeres, right? As there is on the dictionary either. But we're not stuck on a one word kind of system when we are infinite beings. And so there's going to be infinite new things that we need language for, and we need the articulation for, and it's going to be the transformers to articulate the articulations, right? So when I was a little girl, right, my animal journey began really young. So here is the world of our imagination, okay? So I just say this so that you can travel in your I activate, right? Say this, I activate the time machine that is I. You can travel by Akashic field freely at any time. Me and my Merkaba are in full alignment, in harmony, right? And so we travel free. You see, right? So when I was little, my quilt. Listen, right? Shush. This is why we sometimes keep things to ourselves, right? This is not something like, this is something now that I'm comfortable expressing because I've had a lot of evolution and growth. But think about all the years that I just kept this shit to myself. Right? Say that to somebody, like, okay. So my quilt, all my quilts, the four corners, I mean, you can see it for yourself. So if you go to a corner of a quilt and you like not choke hold it, but like if you take the edge and then you hold it like here, right? It's a dolphin. Right? So when the quilt is spread out, I had more than one quilt because I had to have the quilt spread out, the four corners, the dolphins protected my fortress, my dive, right? So all around. And then I had the other quilt because I nuzzled with the dolphins too, right? And this is how I was going to see it. Right? And so, and prior to this, I had a cat, right? That I understood, I speak intuitively to animals. So when Juju, that's another thing. Later on, when you think about the names and stuff like that. So apparently, I named this cat, right? Growing up, I don't recall coming up with the name. It was Juju. But that was the cat's name, and this is 2, 3 years old, right? So when I was 3, I was in daycare, and I knew something was wrong with Juju, and my dad came to pick me up late, and I think I've shared this story before too, and I was like, come on, we have to get to the house. And then it's my step, and we lived like 3 blocks from the daycare. And he had to use the bathroom. So he was okay with running all the way to the house. So we ran all the way to the house. And as soon as we got into the house, he went straight into the bathroom. And I ran straight to where I knew Juju was. And Juju was there. She was no longer there. You know what I mean? And she was unalive. She said that unalive. I kind of like it. So that's not credited to me. So even make up, our own words too. You know what I mean? I like that. But yeah. So, and I used to feed all the neighborhood, the cats and stuff. And I used to get in trouble with my grandmother. So she's like, stop. Because I used to give them cheese and any of the cold cuts. I took all the cold cuts, and my grandmother would come home and be like, why you gave all the cold cuts to me? Because I was feeding the animals outside. So not much has changed in that department. It's just the kind of animal, right? Because in every neighborhood I've ever lived in, I've fed something. So and so, and you realize, and then like too, people with pets that are typically not friendly, um, being surprised. Like my dog doesn't usually let people touch her anymore. My cat doesn't even go near, like, things like that and whatever. So your relationship with the animal kingdom could be growing, evolving, right? Oh, hold on. One. The important reason why this has to be said is because many of you are parents, right? And or are going to be parents and stuff like that. So it's important to nurture the relationship that is transformed. We talk about spiritual warfare and the attack on our evolution. Well, it will only intensify when you have your children. And it will happen in subtle ways that can keep you disengaged and conditioned and programmed that way to not even notice your disengagement with your own children, repeating the same pattern of instruction and lesson needing to be learned that creates that karmic kind of pattern or lesson that the child does not need to go through, especially if the evolution is already happening every year. And so it is necessary for you to understand, overstand that your cooperation, especially once you have your children, or whatever, is to notice the magic there. Oh, that was that. Sometimes the world will play with you even more and try to shake you to keep you distracted from the beautiful being. You have the privilege to wait. It's a privilege. And so it's vital that you understand the importance of your role as a parent, if you want that. Because your evolution marks theirs too. And they're going to come in with their own evolution here to teach you, here to teach us. And that's a beautiful thing. So, my daughter was raised without any restriction to her gifts, to her magic. This tie, this new breed, there is its own new heightened spiritual warfare kind of attraction. My relationship with my daughter has been attacked in so many different kind of ways. I cannot begin to tell you. And thankful I am for my leveling of evolution of consciousness to have always known that. And let a motherfucker try. I have been that mama ferocious girl. I will rip a neck open real quick. And that was not easy. And they will try. I have a story too of what ended a 20+ year friendship with an ex-best friend that was an attack on my child. And then the audacity to spread filth, nasty, stop, and hot, and God. So we're gonna be present now. Hello. So what were you saying? Be present. I love that. I love that shift right now. Like I was going backwards, right? So that's a good key thing. Like I'm not going backwards for like victimization or anything like that. I'm going backwards because this is a vlog, vlog number 2, and just the spiritual warfare that I don't like labels and names and things like that. It's just the way it is. We can say, oh, it's spiritual warfare. Okay, we want to look at it that way. Like, but it just really is the evolution of where people are in their evolution. But yeah. So Pegasus helping boosted. Anything I can do to help, right? So opponents can't play. Opponents, that's how I'm reading this one, right? Opponents can't play. When you confront a problem, put a postage counter. Okay, so when you confront a problem, there's like when this mirror isn't busy delivering mail or eating muffins, she's often seen around Ponyville helping her friends, right? So when you confront a problem, right? So it's like accountability too, and responsibility. But what were we talking about? I got distracted with a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm like now I'm like, what were we talking about? Oh, but yeah, important stuff. You see what I mean? That's why. With our children, right? So, so, so conscious creators, we really are. And it's important because the breed of seed that we're bringing into this universe is creating a lot of solution that maybe even our stuckness, our programming doesn't allow us to see. And our children are the future, you know what I mean? I work a lot with children, you know, I teach, um, I teach, um, period. I don't need to go into detail. About anything, but I do teach a lot. I work with kids daily, and I love what I do, and I love being a major influence in their lives, starting from young, because I do see the difference and the fact that I'm teaching them, you know, yoga, meditation, breathing, you know, the joy of being that youthful and that powerful and dynamic and making it exciting and fun and helping them instill these habits that they can take with them everywhere they go. You know, the feedback from the parents might, when they say you're their favorite yoga teacher. They come home, if I'm not, if I'm teaching at a school, or these are not for the one, you know, anyway, um, that they do this at home. They're always practicing meditating. They, you know, they're breathing better and stuff like that. And so, you know, the influence that we have, I try not to get too stuck on the adult, because when we know better, we should do better. And so when an adult wants to stay stuck on stupid, I don't got patience for that. A child, I do, because this molding that we're doing is because we're creating a greater future in our youth. I don't want it to be like this misguided youth that doesn't even know what gender they fucking are. And I don't need to be cruel or rude or lacking in empathy when I say that. But this is some new stuff. This is the same thing of like all this genetic stuff coming up, or whatever, things that are laying dormant because ever since somebody wanted to or had to go get you know what and all this kind of stuff, because I'm not allowed to say stuff here. I don't fucking know, but it's just as transparent as can be. These people dropping, you know, unalive, you know what I mean? Or all of a sudden just outing themselves and stuff like that. Like because they took something that freaking activated some wild card antics in their system, right? Retarded, right? Involved in the face-off, to dismiss an opposing friend involved in the face-off, this face-off, right? Catch me kind of shit. And then this is a 5, right? This has a 5, this has a 1, this is a 3. So 5 is challenged too, you know what I mean? So the challenge that comes with, you know, being rare, the challenge that comes with facing off, because your mask is off. You're as real as can be. You're as showing up as your authentic, true self, and that's going to agitate a lot of mofos. Even mofos that swear that they about that life. The moment they meet someone that's really, really, really real about that life too, they're triggered. Oh, budget. Well, stay triggered. Hopefully not. When you knock and you unlock and you activate, which is why we did that activation, go back to the beginning. You triggered and bothered, and let's go back to the beginning and do the activation. Because that shit is stupid. It's stupid. It's stupid. It's stupid again. It's like so stupid, it's stupid. And the fact that people can't see how stupid it is even stupider. It's the most stupidest thing. So, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Right? So out of these challenges, right? So it's not in vain, especially for the one, right? So for those of you that have younger children too, the kids, they remind you, right, what magic is all about. There's this gifted, right? They see things, they're like, oh my gosh, like you see things in them that, that reminds you of maybe a time when you were open to those kind of imageries too, right? Our kids can always remind us that these gifts that, see, like knowing that, you know, uh, you know, beautiful. So we're going back to even just, with the dolphins. And the when you confront a problem, right? Yeah, we are earth ponies, we are Pegasus, we are unicorns, right? When a problem enters, you may exhaust this card and pay to replace it, right? And the town where friendship reigns is our home. The town where friendship reigns is our home. May our children teach us too that we can live in harmony too, and don't need to be petty betties, and we don't need to be all so competitive and so restore the natural order of the ancient way of where we all just are supportive of one another in every kind of way. There's no dominance. That came later. Humans be messing shit up. But I guess that's part of the board game, But whatever. It's part of the board game. But yeah. See, Rainbow Dash has way too much fun teasing Rarity about her original Equestria game unicorn design. Luckily, Rarity's second attempt turned out great. So unicorn, this is the unicorn card, right? Let me show you. This is the unicorn card, right? You're the unicorn, right? In that kind of way. And then this is 223, then 32. You might be 32 years old. You could be 23 years old. You could be, could have been in 1972, right? 4, you could have been born on a day 4. Life path number 4, life path number 3, life path number 2, life path 7, 5, did I say 5? Yeah. 7, 8, 9, life path 9. 5, 6, 7, 7 again, 7, 7, 7. Thank you, Papa. Right? So, and then when I was driving, I wrote it down. I did. When I was driving, I heard this man say as I drove by, the countdown is on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right? And it's all when you confront something. So when you confront something, whether it's with you, with another, whatever, but let it always be with yourself first, because that's gonna always be the truth blazer that you need, right? When you confront a problem, right? And stuff like that. When the mirror isn't the bleacher window, and we have this is 1, right? And 3. Right, something is being boosted. Something's being boosted. This is a lucky time, right? To even start something new. See, this is the second time I'm seeing the word home and stuff like that. So maybe even moving like to a new home or getting a new property. You have more than one property, more than one location, doing something else in the location, or maybe even getting an office or a new place, new phase, home renovation. See, life is like a mailbox. You never know what you're gonna get. So like a new mailbox too, like a new mailing address, a new location, or traveling to like a new location. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. So 9 weeks, 9 days, 9 months, 4 months, 2 months. To be traveling within the next 2 to 5 weeks. On the 25th, on the 22nd. They've been born on the 25th. They've been born on the 22nd. So people learn in your presence, right? Because the more time people spend with you, the more they learn from you. And that's nice, right? So it's like you have style, you have like you have this like people like your style, right? So that's nice, right? The wholeness here. But anyways, I didn't want to get all into that kind of stuff, right? I just wanted to use these cards. These are my little ponies, okay? So we'll be doing some evolutionary reads with my little ponies too and things like that. But anyways, what can I say before going? So there might be some face-off happening that you need to confront, that you need to deal with, and that you need to crystallize, you need to get into harmony with, right? And it's going to be part of your growth too. So it's like being present, right? So holding your position, 369, 333, 2, 333, 369, 33 years old, it could be 36, 33, 333, 43, 34, like past 6. So look at someone might be jealous, right? That right, because it says Makai is jealous that her sister was once a crystal pony. It means I think it was one step closer to being a rock, right? So that people might be jealous of that, which you're the state of evolution that you're on, right? And they'll try to come and like, and there could be just different avenues and ways that those you have to stop giving your power away and thinking that someone can come in and aggravate, right? In some kind of way, like agitate, right? Because you agitate them too. Because a lot of the misconception with giving like ourselves like our power away, like I remember when when my daughter was younger and my nephew was younger and stuff like that. We started doing them like exercises to protect their energy fields, right? And the amazing effects of that and watching them grow into that, right? And do you see the ripple effects of how that's needed. And although things take time, right? Like those are the steps to take, kind of thing, right? And so you're doing the right thing, even though these people can keep on hating, some evil eye, doing all this kind of thing. And because of your heightened level of sensitivity, so if you didn't watch vlog number 1, do. I explained my life as a channeler And part of that is my heightened levels of sensitivity and ability to feel the energies all around me, whether they're next to me or not. But if they're centered on me and focused on me, so I understand something now as an adult when it comes to leading up to the death of my mother, as an empath, as a sensitive, as an intuitive. I had this insane fear and attachment to my mother prior to her death that she thought was cute. My father found it annoying, and the rest of the immediate family found it to be ridiculous and could not understand why I was acting like this. Anytime that she would go out without me, and like her and my father would go out, let's say on a date, hang out, go and leave me behind, I would cry hysterically, unconsolable. You could not calm me down. I was freaking out. And I would cry for a long ass time, for over an hour after they left, sitting at the stairway. And my family just left me there. Like my grandmother, my aunt, they just would walk right by. And I would sit there. And granted, my cries simmered, but I stood at the fucking I always was on a different step. I would start off here and then be in mid step and then be up there and then come. So I moved up and down the steps. But I would wait for as long as I could until I pretty much got sent to bed. Because I didn't want my mother to go. Because my fear was that she wasn't going to come back. And nobody could fucking console me. So think about it. Our gifted children, you were that gifted child that had so many extrasensory kind of inklings, intuitiveness. Now it makes sense. My devastation leading up into the death of my mother was because of that impending fucking doom of intuition that my child self was tapped in, turned on, tuned into, but had no fucking way of understanding that, or whatever the case may be, and nobody there to explain it to me. But you're the different breed of being that is on your heightened evolutionary spiritual journey, and your kids have you. It's not to do like what these parents are doing with the transgender community kids and telling their kids what sex and gender they are at the age of 4 that they should be, because they probably wanted that gender of a child, and implementing these kind of things. This is a natural occurrence that you will naturally see. You don't have to fake the funk. You don't have to push the spirit. You don't have to do none of those kind of things. Your kids, as they grow, they will naturally show to you that which they truly are, and you get to allow them to be that which they are without any fucking interference or influence. And help them expand that, help them nurture that, help them grow that, help them fucking expand that shit. You don't need to interfere. That was a double-edged sword, and my family took mad shit, especially with me raising my daughter, with that double-edged sword of allowing her to express herself without the need of saying she was being disrespectful, threatening, punishing, or shutting down because I could be a tyrant too. And my family too telling me, oh, she's gonna walk all over you. Oh, how can you let her talk like that? How can you this? Oh, you don't know how to be a mother. And this and this and this and that. You'll hear it, you'll hear it, you'll hear it, you'll hear it. Fear-based conditioning. I'm so thankful for my own personal spiritual experiences as a small child to have fucking recognized it when I fucking saw it early on, felt it early on before my daughter could even speak. And I was like, wow. Imagine a 2-year-old coming, hitting you, saying something that she shouldn't know. And then walking away and go playing with her dolls. Recognition immediately. That child, tap out. So, if you're watching this channel, you're an important parent in this fucking world. And continue, whether you have a child or not. The fact that you're receiving this message tells me that you will, even if it's been hard for you. Faith in all that has yet to be seen, yet known. Even if it's been hard for you. Proclamation, no. It will be a great time. Because when you know better, you do better. Yeah, too much fun. Back to that part again. So we're getting the same friendship here and things like that, which is cool. But yeah. So back to so before my mom had passed, in my life as a channeler, part 2, right? Long 2. I had this insane fear attachment. I'm talking about I would scream, cry, grab, sit on their legs, and like, don't go, like make it hard for them to go. And they're like, get off, get her off of me. My dad pretending to be jealous. I'm a little upset that you don't cry like this for me. And I didn't care. I was like, you could go. That he could go and she couldn't. And and they called me ridiculous. And I was not ridiculous. I was a young little girl tapped into the energy of death, knowing that something was going to happen to my mother without knowing something. And even when it happened, when I was 9, never mind the dream I had, right? Like, anyways, we'll talk about that in another episode. So I dreamt the night my mom had passed away, and it was she saying her last words to me, so to speak, right? That I woke up and my dad was telling me to go back to sleep, and I had this fit and said my dream, and that he had no right to hide anything from me because this was my mother. And because it was late when I had woke up, and he had already received the news that she had passed. Like, and I guess, they were going to tell us in the morning, but I woke up and demanded, and told him what she had said. And I commanded and demanded for him to tell me what was going on. And, he fell to his knees. You think about the impact we have on people. My dad was not expecting that to come out from me, He'll tell you himself. He didn't know what the fuck to do with me in my mouth. And so And so he told me, he confirmed what I already knew. And so yeah, so even when that had happened at that age, I understood then my overly attached sense of self to my mom that was fearful every single time she left my presence. I got it immediately. I understood. I was cognizant of, oh, I understand now. I knew, you know? And already at that age, I was already saying, I don't know how I know, I just know. For all my movies, like, how do you know that? And I'm like, I don't know how I know, I just know. That was always, that's like the chant in my, I don't know how I know, I just know. Now I just understand it's cognizant, right? Tapping turned on to then. But back then it is, I don't know how I know, I just know. That could have been my t-shirt back then. I don't know how I know, I just know. As an adolescent, I don't know how I know, I just know. So just writing that down because it's probably going to be a vlog to title, even though we spoke about a lot of different things, but whatever. The sharing is for revolutionary purposes. This is entertainment, for your entertainment. Take it as you will, eat the manna as you will. Okay. So all right. So that is what inspires. Space is sort of okay. Sorry. It's just that when we do cartomancy, like, you know, I get so used to tarot sometimes that I forget my cartomancy. Okay, so let's see my cartomancy. Okay. So these all fell right down on the ground. So, and then we got diamonds here too, right? Which is pentacles. So I like that. And then there's the sword of truth, right? So if somebody's coming, right? This is or in the sign message here too. So there's like good news coming, right? Because that's night flavor coming in, right? So someone in their truth, someone coming with good news, right? There's good news coming, gifts too, right? Diamonds, right? So we get storing gifts and stuff like that. And you need me? Hold on. Right. So I feel like there's someone coming with the book. There might have been something. Olivia, let her out, Ebony. And there's just good news coming in and gifts too. So something might be coming with gifts, but then I like how the Queen popped up in this, right? Kind of thing. Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like there's like, if this is like a couple, this is still like a successful couple working together, lifting each other up, or about to unite in some kind of way, a king coming into union in some kind of way, or deepening of one, or expecting, right? And maybe even someone who might be expecting, right? It could have been a challenge to expect, and now one is expecting. So that could be literal or figurative, right? So it could have been a challenge to expect something good to come out of something, or something great. And it could be love, right? Because it's right? So something that you love, right? A celebration of something. But it's coming too in the heart, and it's lucky too. It's a lucky time to invest, to travel, to maybe even a trip, and you're planning a trip away with you in some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Like, and intimacy grows, right? Because they know, right? So this is like, you know, their truth, they want a new beginning, they're uplifted, right? Shifted, right? Or this could be like a, yeah, someone coming and say something and coming with a gift too. And this could be an opportunity too, if it's not, yeah, hold on a second. Because I'm seeing a lot of red here too, so it's making me think fruit chocolate. Hold on. Right, so I feel like there's gonna be gifts showered upon you, right? The beauty that is here, like something's coming in, like gifts, maybe even like fame, right? But like not in, it doesn't have to be like that. It's just even with the look, he's up in a cloud throwing the gifts down below. So it could be spiritual, like, you know, a heightening of one's gifts as well, like, or more than one gifts emerging from within you, right? And stuff like that. So we can go here. And then, you know, we let go of stuff here. Fertility, awakening, right? So yeah, especially if conception is something for you, fresh ideas manifest, grow, plant your seeds, realization, progress, to twins awakening to your full connection. You know, I don't like to talk like that, but just, you know, so the more that you connect and the more that you align, the more that you come into your truth about what it is that you are here to do, and in that kind of divine align, then you'll see the magic of the steps of the trine that is creating for you your majestic overview as you work on you and do for you. And it's nice when you can have a partner to share that with, friends to share that with, and all this kind of stuff. But a lot of the major and the necessary is done solo, even if there are people around. Like I've had my solo spiritual journey, but I'm a mother for 22 years. Here I am, right? So that's not so much of a solo journey, is it? Right? I've had relationships, right? So not so much of a solo journey. Like I have friendships, you know what I'm saying? So we have these things, you know, and all the time, and we have people in our lives in every single moment, even if we are isolated from the rest of the world. There's always a figure or a muse or some kind of support, and that's the gratitude that you should awaken to continue to its quality over quantity. I'd rather have one fucking worthy, trustworthy freaking, I don't have to think about like this person's intentions or reason for being around me, or one over 10 that are fucking false, and just because we have a great time and all this kind of stuff. You know, like it's quality, it's quality, it's quality. No matter who has been my friend in my life, and if we're friends or not in this lifetime or not, I've always been a fucking good friend. We lost a real one. Right? That'd be you too. All right, I'm gonna. Right. So yeah. So sparkles, you've been putting the much needed sparkles, the much needed alchemy, the much needed ingredients into all things that you have been creating for however long you've been doing it. Don't knock the quality of time that you have put in that is part of your investment towards your spiritual evolution. Someone else could be like, oh, like, you know, like sometimes I held back from sharing in my own experiences and stuff like that because I don't want people to be like, oh my God, I'm thinking that I'm better than you are. I've been doing this for a long time because I've dealt with that before. And I'm like, no, it's just in a sharing of an experience to take with it as you will and all this kind of stuff or whatever the case may be. And so, you know, but all this time like I've been sparking my own or sprinkling my own seeds, it's that student teacher dynamic, right? When the student is ready, the teacher emerges. When the teacher is ready, the student appears, kind of thing. You're always a student, you're always a teacher, kind of stuff, right? But right. So what was I I got too much distraction around me now, so I'm gonna start wrapping this up. But either way, um, yeah, we can finish this another day and stuff like that. But I'm saying something. I'm saying something. I was in the middle of saying something, and then I got really distracted. What am I saying? I don't know. The speed of flow. I'm gonna kick your ass. That's what I'm being told. Cut the shit. Hold on. That's gonna happen for you too, like in terms of like you think that you're forgetting something. Because I just remembered. And I'm just not the same. And learn to trust that from yourself in every kind of way. That you some things you still need to articulate. It goes back to the beginning now. So at the beginning of this video with the approach and how to, you know what I'm saying? Like being in that space of a place that you don't need to explain yourself. Being in that powerful state that you don't need to explain yourself. Because when you need to explain yourself, you're still in the position of healing. You're still in the position of needing to be validated. Going back to the beginning of like when I was saying about when I was young, I didn't want to be a victim. And so people could see the side of me that was myself before learning of my tragedy. What do they have to say now? And so we pick up the pieces of these remnants of these things that we hold on to, but we don't have to. When we create our own stories, when we sparkle, when we put the ingredients that we're really putting into our creations, right? And we decide that for ourselves. Everything in our bodies just regenerate, recalibrate, regroup, form new. You too have that power. And you can these are the cellular updates within you, happening all the time. Right? It's the sword. Making stuff sweet for yourself. Enjoying that which you create and put together with love, being prosperous with this wild card that opens up the sun for you, the opportunity for you to take that leap of faith, right? To be seen, that to be the star in your life, right? Furthering your truth, Even if you're melancholic too, it's okay to sleep well at night. Sleep well, knowing that I flow, that I have everything that I need and I get everything that I want and I'm playing this game. And every kind of shoes that I have in every single kind of way, I rock this wave. And I don't care what anybody else got to say, because I'm sprinkling my way, paving my way. That's all I have to say is I work on that which is for me, because I am the star, I am lucky. Everything I touch, I have that Midas touch too. Because I bring the sun wherever there is the doom, right? Because that is how I rule, right? Unified, right? Love in every kind of way. Abundance is my life, and I have this plate here, and I eat from it too. I made it, it's mine, and I have everything that I need here in my life. And I'm working on getting everything else that I desire, because everything that I live to inspire, I have, I receive, I know, I have in every kind of way, I activate in that kind of way. And that's what I have to say. Right? Thank you so much for tapping in, turning on, tuning in with me. Make sure to like this video, comment, and let me know how helpful this is for you. And let me know if you are a parent too, or planning to be a parent too. And if you have any questions as well, like about raising your children who are so special and gifted to bring to this needed to this humanity at this time too. Because they stuck on the adults of your life that are programmed so harshly. In this life, where you get to focus on the new breeds of seeds that have everything this world needs. All right, make it green. Connection.